Hey guys, today we're checking out Tokyo's newest waterfront luxury hotel, the Fairmont Tokyo. This hotel is in the blue Front Shibaura building and has a magnificent view of Tokyo Bay. Its location is fantastic too, with excellent transportation connections thanks to the nearby Hamamatsucho Station, making it quite convenient for exploring the city. As soon as you enter the lobby, you realize how new this place is and how exquisitely designed it is too. And yes, this hotel experience comes at a very steep price, sometimes even more than $1,000 a night. But that also means that every single centimeter of this place must be absolutely perfect, and it definitely feels like that even here in the reception. Now, something that I really appreciated here that I've never appreciated before was the lighting in this hotel. From the entrance to the reception to the artwork outside and the view in the background, it was absolutely perfect. I had a fantastic and laughter-filled check-in experience, absolutely wonderful. My bags were taken to my room while I continued to enjoy the rest of the lobby. Looking around, I couldn't help but be impressed with everything. The lighting, the trees, the beautiful furniture, the view, everything worked perfectly. And to get a room to be so brightly lit without taking away the beautiful view in the background is quite the feat. There was so much beautifully underlit vegetation in the lobby, making this feel very, very unique. Throughout this entire lobby, you have floor-to-ceiling windows. And if we move over to the bar area, which also serves as the afternoon tea spot, you can see some of the incredible view here. They also seem to have a very vast wine and champagne selection. So if, vintages are your thing, then this is probably a place you don't want to miss. But after staring at this gorgeous skyline for a while, it was time to head upstairs and check out my room. As a gold member, I got what I booked, and that was a Fairmont Bay View King room. As soon as you walk in, you're immediately impressed. All of the light colors and the big windows already beckon to you. I particularly liked all of the grey marble accents, and although I like darker rooms usually, this place just seemed to work. And adjacent to the entrance is the separate toilet. A little bit of extra privacy, soundproofing, and to be honest, this is a beautiful little toilet. I really like all the marble and of course the very fancy toilet that actually opens by itself. Moving on to the main living space, there is a very, very big mirror here, floor to ceiling basically, and wide enough for anybody. There's also a wardrobe here, equipped with some very sturdy looking hangers, a luggage rack, and of course also some slippers. Also some very posh looking shoe shining equipment on the right there. I have never ever used that, but it looks cool. Now looking into the second wardrobe, you can see there's an electronic safe, an electric steamer, and very, very cool is this extremely dense and high quality yoga mat. Further down, there's some extra storage and also some very typical Japanese pajamas. These were particularly nice. I like the material, very, very cool, and matching with the grey marble, I thought. Now let's have a look at the bathroom, which is probably bigger than some hotel rooms in Tokyo. And of course, it's not only spacious, it's also very beautiful. I really like the bright design with his and her sinks there, beautiful underlighting, big mirrors, definitely something very nice. But what is really cool is that you can close these doors and completely shut off the bathroom from the bedroom. Now let's go back in and check out some of those goodies. We have some very soft and nice bathrobes. Here we have wonderful sink, his and hers. And here we have the Labo amenities. People rave about those. I can't say that I'm aware of any difference to something that's a bit cheaper, but I do like to adorn myself with the fragrances of expensiveness. In here we have the bathroom, which is like an entire bathing chamber. Very, very nice. Again, the Labo amenities. Everything looks lovely, brand new, feels great. Here we can see a very nice bath. Here are the bath salts, very nice. And yeah, very, very big bath, I have to say. This is a very luxurious. especially for Tokyo, this size of room. And now let's go into the bedroom. Beautiful. Look at that view. The best thing is when you walk in, it opens automatically and you feel like you're being welcomed. And some very welcome amenities are the Nespresso machine, which is leather clad, and a very cool looking electric kettle, and a very traditional Japanese tea set. Now, as you may know, I love a good view, especially from my hotel room. And this one is very, very nice. Sure, the gloomy weather could be a bit better, and if you want to see what this looks like when it's really nice weather, then check out my Conrad Tokyo video. But even in this weather, it was still very, very impressive, and I'm sure anyone who's lucky enough to sit here and look out over this view will appreciate it very much. You can see the Rainbow Bridge there in the background, and even the Hilton on the other side of the bay. Going back to the room, you can see the very nice coffee set here with the Nespresso capsules. There are also wine glasses and some snacks in the minibar, which I'm sure are not the cheapest in the world, but this is a very swanky hotel after all. As you can see by the presentation of the minibar, they have quite a decent size of the liquor bottles. And here is the fridge. I really do like these top-loading fridges. There's also a cool Marshall speaker, which was pretty useful for listening to music, as the room is decently insulated. And also, really nice to see that there was at least one international power socket right behind this light, which is really helpful if you don't have a travel adapter. There's also a big mirror here, making the window seem even larger and letting in even more light, which I think is a really good design choice. There's also a little sitting area and a chaise longue for relaxing, so you can just hang out and have a great view of Tokyo Bay. There are also digital controls for the whole room, including the lights and the blackout curtains, as these are all electrically operated. I really enjoyed the backlit headboard, again another beautiful feature, little reading lights too. They've thought of everything. And like I said before, this whole lighting that they've implemented throughout this hotel, definitely a design feature that I like very much. And here you can see the big bed, definitely enough space for two people, that's for sure. And of course there are controls on both sides of the bed and two USB-C ports as well as a power socket. The rest of the room is really cool. I like the mix of wooden elements and touches of marble here and there. Having the toilet further away from the main bathroom is also a good practical layout, and I was genuinely impressed. This is an uncommon amount of space for Tokyo in a very premium location. You definitely get quite a bit of room here. I would put the size of this room on par with the Conrad Osaka or the Conrad Tokyo. However, this one is much newer than either of those hotels, and at a similar price point, it's clearly playing on that premium level. Everything is so new and shiny, and that makes it very, very cool. You feel like you're the first person to stay in this hotel, although I wonder how long that will be like that. The amenities, of course, are definitely absolutely top end, and the showerhead even has 3 different types of massage functions. And the big bath, which I wish I had more time to use, which I didn't unfortunately. They've even thought of little wine holders. So a lot, almost everything, has been considered. This is definitely a very luxurious room, and if you can manage to stay here, you're a very lucky person. Now it's time to leave the room and go and check out the rest of the hotel. The lobby bar was looking spectacular, especially with that backdrop of Tokyo there, very high ceilings and very beautiful design. But for an even more magnificent view, you need to go to the Driftwood bar. All around the hotel you will also find lots of these beautiful cabinets of hanging sakura flowers. And next to this one is the entrance to the Driftwood bar and restaurant. As soon as you walk in, you get this metropolitan New York kind of vibe. Very chic, very cool. I like how dark it is in here. I love the chandelier and the lights, but there is just one thing that takes the show. That is uninterrupted views of Tokyo Tower. Tell me that isn't one of the greatest views in the world. And the way it is lit up at night is just breathtaking. This is definitely one of the main reasons I would say to come to this hotel, is to get this view of Tokyo Tower. And remember, you can get this view from your room too, if you choose the Tokyo Tower view rooms. Now, even when the weather's not great and you have a bay view room, believe me, you will still be very impressed. I think this is still a beautiful sight. And if this doesn't make you happy, then you'll be very happy to learn that when you get the turn-down service, you get 2 little stuffed puppies. These represent Serene, which is the hotel's own chief happiness officer, an actual dog. Now let me confess something. This was my first night back in Japan, and it was a little bit wild, let's say. And so the result of this is that I overslept breakfast. Yes, shame on me, so please forgive me for not being able to show you breakfast. Luckily I didn't pay for it, otherwise I'd have missed it. But let me at least show you the spa, the gym, and the pool, because this is where you're going to be recovering after a nasty hangover. As you can see, this place looks like a little witch's kitchen or something like that. Lots of different herbs and stuff. So if you want like a consultation, you can have that here with the staff. I went for the simple option of just going to the pool, which is absolutely crazy. Now let's have a look at the spectacular gym. The gym features floor-to-ceiling windows everywhere, letting in so much natural light and providing splendid views of the whole surrounding area. Okay, perhaps a few not so attractive rooftops, but let's be honest, the rest of it looks pretty cool. And the point is, on a good sunny day, this is a prime place to work out. And even if it's not sunny, you will at least get top-notch equipment, because everything in here is absolutely top of the range and unrivaled quality. No expense was spared on the gym setup, I would say. So yeah, staying here you can definitely keep yourself very fit. I did not, but you should be different from me. Now, something I did do that you should also do is have a swim in the heated outdoor jacuzzi. Unfortunately, the view on this day was grey and rainy, but I was told that from here you have a direct view of Tokyo Tower, which you can just see the base of on the right hand side. And in the background, on a clear day, you can apparently see Mount Fuji with the sun setting directly behind it. This would be the absolute dream spot to hang out at sunset when it's clear. And I will definitely be back to do that. Looking around the pool area, you also have this very modern and cool looking sauna that will definitely get you back in shape, and there are also plenty of private cabanas where you can just pass out too. But of course, the absolute showstopper of this hotel, at least in my opinion, is this infinity pool. I mean, there's even a little bench to sit on and enjoy the view. Look at this, one of the coolest pools in the sky. There's lots of water around, towels, of course a clock, and again you have all that grey marble, and I just think it looks so amazing. I really love the little tiles that they've chosen. Beautiful, so serene, and what a place to enjoy, relax, and if you're lucky you're going to be like me and have the whole place to yourself. So yeah, would I stay at this hotel again? As soon as I have enough money? Yes. But until next time, we will have to try out many other hotels, from cheap and cheerful to ultra luxurious. I've stayed in over 100 hotels in Japan and many more around the world. So please subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a comment, like, and I hope to see you next week. See you there.